Hey everyone, what's going on? If you're new to the channel, my name is Nick. I make content all about building a high performance mindset and lifestyle development. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how big I am on developing different systems and processes that you can implement throughout your life to help things flow a little bit better and to help you accomplish those things that you're set out to do. More specifically, when setting a goal, how you can create a streamlined plan that you can implement every single day and be confident in the hard work that you're putting in, that it will actually pay off. Now, I've had a few questions come up lately, and it's got me thinking about this process of setting a goal. Now, I'm not talking about this very first phase of setting a goal, the dreaming phase where you're trying to figure out what you want to accomplish, but more so the day-to-day execution, the strategy piece of setting the goal. Figuring out what you have to do on a day-to-day basis to get you closer to accomplishing that goal. Now, I wanted to make this video for two distinct reasons. One, if you watched any of my other videos, you know how big I am on a straightforward, hard work approach. You and I both know that there are so many people out there teaching others that there are all these hacks that you can do to get around hard work, when in reality, there's nothing that beats hard work. And the second reason is because when most people set goals, they seem to fail in one major area: the execution of the day-to-day process. Sure, there are some people that know exactly what they need to do each and every day to get closer to their goal, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people aren't sure of that first step, and they're not sure how to actually make incremental steps towards their goal. In part one of this four-part series, it's all about creating the goal. We talk about a few basic points of how to set a goal, but more importantly, how to tell if this is going to be a goal that you're actually going to stick with, or is it going to be one that's going to slowly dwindle away and you'll lose interest. In part two, this is what I call the breakdown. This is where we go deep into describing this goal, the traits of it, the characteristics, what it takes to become the person that achieves this goal. Third, we'll go into creating a lifestyle. We'll go into all the details that we laid out in part two and tie them together into one action plan that you can follow every single day. This is full of action items that you can implement every single day. And at the end of the day, you can look back and be confident that every single thing you did is getting you closer towards your goal. And finally, we'll close it out with continuing to live the lifestyle and how to succeed in the long term. Like I said, I'm super excited to share this four-part series with you guys, and I hope you get a ton of value out of it. And like always, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Without further ado, let's jump into part one. Welcome to part one of this four-part series on how to achieve a goal. Of course, this is everyone's favorite part, where you get to dream up exactly what you want and imagine yourself conquering this goal. Literally anyone can do this, and so many people set goals so often, but just a lot fewer of those people actually achieve their goal. That's why you're here though, because you're serious about doing what you say you're going to do. Now, let's go through this goal creation process and answer some questions. First, the obvious question is, what is your goal? Or if you don't have one, how do you create one? This part really doesn't require a lot of explanation for some, but for many, it's important to remember to use your imagination a little bit. When I ask the question, what do you want to do, or what is your goal, I'm talking about developing an idea, a dream, or a goal that comes from an interest. It doesn't have to be specific just yet, we just want a general idea, some sort of direction. Next, this concept of setting goals is really interesting because in the past, I've set many goals prematurely, and over time, they ended up not really being what I wanted. In other words, I set the goal, and throughout some time working on it, I just lost interest and it didn't really become a priority anymore, so it just slowly died away. On the other hand, I've set many goals where I've been excited from the get-go and I get started immediately on them and don't lose steam at all. So why do I tell you that? Well, I just want to emphasize the fact that it's okay to sit on an idea for a little bit and really work through it to determine, is this exactly what I want? Unless you have this immediate rush of motivation or this burning desire that sometimes comes with setting a new goal, it's totally fine to sit on this idea for a little bit and really work through it to see, is this exactly what I want? I mean, depending on the phase in your life, sometimes setting a goal is easier than others. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking of this goal. Another great way to determine if this goal is right for you is to literally ask yourself, am I really willing to put in the work to achieve this goal, or is it just something that sounds cool in the moment? There's so many times where we come across an idea or a goal and we think, man, it would be really cool to accomplish that. But a lot of times we're just not willing to put in the work, and that's totally fine. Some things just aren't right. They don't fit you or your personality. Last, once you have this goal in mind, write it down. I know this is something that you've heard a ton of times before, but trust me, it's really important for what we're doing through this four-part series. And here's why. What is the main problem when people set a goal? What is the most common reason for failure? It simply comes down to the lack of execution of the process to get there. So the first part in executing a process is to create a process and start with writing down your direction or your goal. Keep it in a place that you can visit it often, like in a journal or on your wall. Believe me, you're going to want to write this down because we're going to be creating an entire process around accomplishing this goal. You get to let your imagination wander and really think of the things that you can actually achieve. It's where the motivation and the inspiration starts. I can't wait to get into part 2 of this 4-part series on how to achieve a goal. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get an update of when I release this next video. And if you'll do me a solid and you got some value out of this video, hit that like button and I'll bring you all the content on building a high performance mindset and lifestyle development. Thanks for watching.